Hello, Switchy here. Capcom is certainly not lazy when it comes to producing Monster Hunter games. In just a few months, we have seen two major releases for Nintendo Switch. First came Monster Hunter Rise, and now it's time for Monster Hunter Wings of Ruin. What can you expect this time around, and what surprises are hidden in this game? Is the game worth $60, and will it be remembered as one of the most memorable titles of 2021? So let's take a closer look at Monster Hunter Wings of Ruin. Did you expect something completely new and revolutionary that has never been done before? In that case, you would probably be disappointed because this game highlights the typical aspects of a modern RPG created by a Japanese gaming company. Dragons, dinosaurs, kittens, fantasy, baby boy meets baby girl, manga, be the hero, short skirt, cute dragon hatching from egg kind of game. Seen it before? Well, here we go again. If you're new to the Monster Hunter series, Wings of Ruin works as a perfect introduction. It is very easy to understand the basic aspects of the game, which makes it quick to get started. It's not that fun when a game starts with a lot of tutorials, but in Wings of Ruin it is handled quite smoothly, and it does not take very long before you start playing. In the beginning it is possible to choose between male and female, then you can edit your character, but I think the options are quite limited. I would like to play a male character with a beard and facial scars, but that is not possible. You can only make small adjustments, so no matter what you do, you will look like a schoolboy. And I don't want to look like a schoolboy, I want to look like someone who lived life a hard way, but unfortunately not possible. The story is very easy to understand and develop the further you go. In the beginning not much is revealed, more than that you will become a rider who collects eggs and will fight monsters. You get just as much information as you need to feel that the story is captivating and feels exciting. There really is a mysterious aspect to it. You do not really know what is going on, and your task will be to investigate what is happening in the outside world. But you're not alone in facing all the challenges that lie ahead. You often have different companions with you who are very helpful. In addition to the fact that they often play an important role in the game's history, they can be really good at fighting and facilitate the missions considerably. They also act as excellent healers if someone in your party is in trouble. As in many other RP games, this is unsurprisingly a turn-based RPG. The combat system is basically based on a very simple system. I cannot say that it is a particular revolutionary idea, but rock, paper, scissors have probably been used in many situations to appoint a winner and a loser. Yep, that's true. Just like rock, paper and scissors, it is about making better choices than your opponent and knowing what gives advantage. You can choose either speed, technical or power attacks. The same goes for our enemy. Power beats technical, technical beats speed, and speed beats power. So if your enemy chooses to use power attacks, you should choose to use speed attacks yourself. In this way, you do more damage than your opponent, and in the long run you emerge victorious from the battlefield. At first I thought the combat system was a joke. How ridiculous can it be to use such a system? But over time it turns out that it's actually quite entertaining and helps to make the battles more fun and smooth. Of course, there are a number of other aspects to consider. For example, which weapon to use or how to make joint attacks with monsters. It is good that everything is explained step by step and briefly, instead of hour-long explanations that make you fall asleep. The world is filled with different beings. At first, I asked myself, what am I playing? Is this Monster Hunter or is it Jurassic Park? Despite all the fictitious names, it is crowded with various dinosaurs and monsters that try to make life miserable for you. Some monsters are relatively easy to kill, while others are much stronger. Particularly challenging are the monster bosses associated with a quest or rare monsters found in the wild. If you're low level, the rare monsters can be really dangerous and kill you quickly. The good thing is that the game offers different challenges with different levels of difficulty. It creates a certain dynamic that makes the game exciting to play. Although the game offers a great wealth of monsters, there are other aspects that make the game worse. For example, questing. It's repetitive. There are three types of quests. Quests that are tied to the main story, sub-quests that you can do if you want, and trial quests where you are teleported to an arena and fight against various monsters. Even if the story is quite good, each mission usually ends with a monster being killed. Expect no puzzle quest or anything like that. It's basically about one thing: slaughtering as many monsters as possible. There is a certain charm in building your character. After killing a monster, you get materials that can be used to create new weapons and armor. Feeling stronger is fun, but the road there is pretty monotonous. You kill monster after monster after monster. In the long run, it feels like you're not doing anything else. It gets boring. After all, the game is called Monster Hunter. And that's what you do: chase monsters and kill them. If you want to get hold of the best weapons and armor, you need to be prepared for lots of grinding. This can mean, for example, that you will have to kill the same monster several times and look for different objects that are needed. If you like games that require a lot of patience and doing things over and over again, then this game is for you. But the world is big and it's quite nice to run around and explore different corners to see what you can find. As I said, the game costs $60 and the question is whether it is worth it. In terms of size, yes, getting through the entire game requires many hours of play, then subquests or other things are not included. But you have to be prepared for the fact that the games sometimes feel repetitive and a bit grind heavy. All in all, the game is quite fun and can possibly contribute to the Monster Hunter series gaining new fans. But is it one of the best games for Nintendo Switch in 2021? No, it feels like the game developers were a bit lazy when it came to coming up with different ideas. It's a bit tedious and monotonous at times, but I still recommend the game, especially if you love slaying monsters.